Hello, beautiful human. We're about to talk to EBEN. He has a brand new EP out. It's called Honeydew. You should listen. There's a link in the description below. Also, today's conversation is sponsored by Total Wireless. There's never been a better time to make the move to Total Wireless. Total Wireless, total confidence.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
Yo,
What it do? Oh, where's my camera?
you're zooming with EBEN.
Hold on. Is it working?
Oh, Carol Baskin.
God, this was my background. Hold on.
Bravo. What is actually going on behind you?
Okay, I'm going to explain this whole situation because it does look a bit ridiculous. So our house, like we're in the studio room of the house,
Okay.
and it's so echoey in this whole place. So I just tried to deaden the room a little bit more.
Good.
I've got blankets hung up everywhere, and
That's the right thing to do.
yeah, so, I did it just for this too, so.
Is it working?
Thank you.
Oh, it does. No, straight. If you go like into the kitchen and then walk into here, it feels like you put on like noise canceling headphones. I was really surprised of how good it looks.
Now, was this set up because of coronavirus, or were you always doing stuff at home?
I'm always doing stuff at home, so this was just to help out with everything, because I would record vocals and then send them over to whoever I'm working with, and it would just sound really shitty. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to do something to make it a bit more industry standard, if you will.
Yeah. So the blankets were the answer.
Yeah, I was like, blankets. There's only one way that this is going to make sense, and that's blankets. So
You have an EP out.
I do. Honeydew, baby. We are back. Oh, I finally have music out. It's like a breath of fresh air, honestly. It's so
Why?
nice to have music out. It's just been a long time. I haven't released anything since other than Sad Song, the single for the EP, it was like last summer, like July, even like June of 2019. So it's been a long time. I really took, and last summer, like I signed to Atlantic as well. So that was, just a big old transition period and whatnot. So, and with that transition, I just really wanted to take the time to kind of just go underground and really, really work on my craft and, make sure that I was making the music that I loved and it was like coming from my heart and everything. And so, yeah, I took a long time off, but now we're back, baby. So it's all good.
So you take the long time off to obviously do what? I mean, obviously it's to create music, but what do you do in addition to kind of help fuel that?
So, a lot of it as well was just, I did it for just my mental health. I found myself, going into just a dark place that is just not who I am. And I really wanted to, just take the time to take a step back, focus on myself, reground myself. I spent a lot of time with family and everything, going back home to Cincinnati a lot, spending time with them, and, just really finding my roots again and kind of just getting out of LA for a second.
So you do all that, and then obviously you create an EP, but you probably did more than just, how many songs are on it? 6 or 8?
There's 5 songs on this one, but then we have, I have this notes folder, and it has, how many songs we have? We've got about 40 songs, and it's beats 3, and I have 2 other ones before that are maxed out, so I keep having to make more notes folders to put all the music that we have in there.
How many songs are you curating the 5 for this EP from? Like, what is the pool of songs that you're picking from?
Probably, realistically 30.
Okay.
Like
Wow.
records that I would be very happy, to put out, what's going on up here. There we go.
Alfalfa.
Yeah, right.
So there's 30 and you leave with 5.
Yeah. Just what it's kind of like a reintroduction. There's a lot of time between, summer, like a year, a lot of things can happen in a year, and I've grown a lot. I've just really dove into, who I wanted to be as an artist and have been working on, sticking to my guns. And my 2020 New Year's resolution was, to to kind of be a bit more selfish and not try and please everybody, because I was just running myself thin, like trying to just make everybody happy, you know what I mean? And not really focusing on what I wanted, but was more focused on everything else. And, you know, when I realized that and came to that kind of like a revelation, things changed in such a great way. Like music started to flow so much easier just because I was being honest with myself and was just being honest with other people, you know, even as the simplest thing of, you know, say you have 3 friends that want to hang out on the same day, you know, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's all hang out, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd up because, well, I can't hang out with 3 people at the same time. You know, it would just be like simple things like that that I just needed to get out of a bad habit. Like I learned how to say no for once in my life. And
So
it's worked out really well.
yeah, that's freeing.
It is. And that's what, it's like a breath of fresh air. And like, that's what this Honeydew EP is for me. You know, I took the 6 months I dove so deep just into my artistry and worked so hard just on my lyrics. Really, that was one thing that I definitely needed some growth in. And so I just was in the studio every single day, just really pushing myself not to just write a song, but have each line mean something very specific. And it's, you know, it's like, yeah.
But so
I could keep rambling on, but that's it in a nutshell. You know,
I want to dive into you and writing, like, and also like this whole EP. Is there a song in particular that you feel like is the best example of who you are today as an artist and where you're going?
I think so, 100%. My favorite record on the project is Bad Drug. It's this it's just when I imagine myself doing it live, it's just like in a stadium. It's one of those huge, like, you know, everybody's got their hands up, you know, the phone lights out and everything. And, you know, this song for me was that, you know, when we did write the record, that's when it all kind of started to click in my head and was like, oh my God, like, this is so, it felt like I broke through a wall that I'd been chipping away at for so long, and I just couldn't figure out, you know, how to get through it. But this record was kind of just like a freeing experience for me, just because it is pushing, you know, the lyrical boundaries and just pushing myself as an artist. You know, everything's a bit more serious, you know, it's yeah, just the lyrical content is it's more mature. It's more mature.
Sorry, Dan, did I cut you off?
No, I was just going to ask what the story about Bad Drug is.
So the whole premise behind Bad Drug is, you know, you're in this relationship, and it's the type of relationship where you're blinded by the lust and, you know, all those very physical things, but everything that's going on emotionally is just very damaging. And so it's, you know, the hook is, why does your love always feel like a bad drug? The second I leave you, my body, it goes numb. So it's like, it's kind of going back and forth between, I know that this is not good for me, but at the same time, like, it's my drug and I love it, you know? So it's battling between those two things, but ultimately, you know, accepting the fact that it's not healthy. It's not good.
Are you battling while writing the record? Or are you done with the battle by the time you like make it into something?
Definitely was done with the battle, and then, you know, just took the inspiration from that and wrote the record.
How did it end?
It ended great. It was everything was fantastic, but it was like a mutual thing where it's like, okay, we keep going in this circle, like it's a circle, and you know, we just both came to, it's like, it just needs to stop. It's not good for either person. It's like, yes, the good times are good. It's like the highs are high, but the lows are really low. And at the end of the day, the lows are just not worth it, you know, when it's damaging like who you are as a person and everything. So it's, you know, it was a mutual thing of like, okay, we need to just go off and do our own thing. So yeah, it was a good, like, mutual thing. It was awesome.
What is
very healthy.
Okay. What does honeydew mean?
So honeydew comes from, it's a line in Sad Song. And the whole premise behind that is, like I said before, it's a breath of fresh air. This is a whole new chapter in my life. You know, I'm signed to I'm signed now, which is like crazy. And it's just been a whole new experience. So,
But there is pressure with that, right?
yeah, most definitely. There's so much pressure, but it's good pressure. I love pressure. I work much better under it, Um, but it's been the greatest experience. Like I've learned so much in this past like 6, 7, 8 months that I've been with Atlantic. Even just, being in sessions, getting the opportunity to work with different producers that will help me, just push my boundaries and just help me become a better writer and a better artist. And it honestly has been the greatest thing. I love it so much.
You learn a lot, but back to honeydew. Okay, so I'm just like, it's a fruit, right? Do you eat honeydew?
Yeah, it's like a melon.
Yeah.
Dude, honeydew is
About yay big.
honeydew is so underrated. People love to hate on honeydew in like fruit salads, but I think honeydew is really important in a fruit salad.
I see. I love cantaloupe. There's some people I've learned, and I didn't know this because like I just thought cantaloupe was a universally loved situation. I like to think the same about watermelon.
Yes.
But it's not. Some people hate watermelon, and then some people love it. So it's the same thing with honeydew. I love honeydews.
Honeydew in a fruit salad.
There's an emoji for it, so it's even better.
You're right. There is an emoji for it. I always used to think of honeydew as the green version of cantaloupe, and I just got confused.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's the same thing, just a different color.
How did you arrive to honeydew? Like, how did that make its way into a song and then end up being the name of a freaking EP?
So Sad Song was actually going to be called Honeydew.
Okay.
And then I was thinking like, okay, maybe I should just go with a more straightforward, like as my first song to come out with, don't be super like, trying to do something super cool that, it could have been too much, So I was like, okay, as a project as a whole, it makes more sense to call it Honeydew just because the whole thing is just the start of my next chapter in life. In Sad Song, it's, try something new, something I can sink my teeth into, someone fresh, honeydew. And so that's what this project is for me. It's something fresh, it's something new, and damn honeydew.
Hey, we'll get back to EBEN, but I want to talk about school. Message and data rates may apply. If you are considering going back to school, you should ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits that you need transferred? Do you want to earn a highly respected degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of those questions, Arizona State University could be the school for you. Arizona State University is offering over 200 highly ranked degree programs, 100% online. You're going to earn and learn the same curriculum designed by their world-class faculty, but you're going to do it from your home, the comfort of your own home, on your own schedule. You're going to earn the same degree that students earn on campus, but from your house. And they accept most transfer credits. If you want more information, text my name, Zach, to 35517. Discover for yourself why ASU is ranked number 1 in innovation for 5 consecutive years, and why more than 90% of graduates are employed or receive at least one job offer within 90 days of graduation. Learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To find out more about ASU online degree programs, text my name, Zach, to 35517. Who are the kids? And are they all right?
The kids are all right. And we're going to be all right. And we will continue to be all right.
So the kids are you?
The kids are the kids. This our generation, right? The ones who are going to lead the charge once, our leaders now are dead and gone. They're going to have to pass the torch to us, right? So
Totally.
The kids are all right it's a rally cry for the younger generation to, it's like we're the ones who have to inherit everything that's happening right now. You know what I mean? It will be our problem one day.
Amen.
So it's letting the older generation know, like, hey, we're listening and we're watching, and it's a rally cry, and that we're gonna stick together to make a better tomorrow. And I think it's very it's very prevalent to just a lot of things that are going on right now. It's up to our generation to make the changes that need to happen to make the world like a better place for everybody.
Can't rely on anybody above us. It has to be us.
It has to be us, and it's so important. And that's what the kids are all right is about. It's about that just coming together and rallying as one and making the world a better place.
Was the last song you released before all of this Plastic Angels?
Yeah. Yep.
Is,
Plastic Angels.
is a song like that kind of why you need to get out of Los Angeles? Because like nobody here really cares about you. Everyone's here for themselves.
It definitely is all about that. That song was about, the first time, that I came out to LA. It was like, as a kid from the Midwest and like from Ohio, your first experience out here is like, holy, it's just a totally different world, so many different, cultures and different types of people. And like, everybody's living together. And, so that is, someone from the Midwest who's not in the huge city, like type situation, it's just very different. And it's very, it's awesome.
But it's overwhelming.
But it's still overwhelming at the same time. Absolutely. It is, there are as many real people, there are the same amount of fake people. You know what I mean? And luckily not like I've been very lucky to find, just very real friends who, just genuinely have my back. And, and I see other people in different situations that it's not the same, like they'll say their best friend and, they'll go and just stab them right in the back. And to me, that's like, whoa, that is not even a friend. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very lucky in that sense to just have, a really nice little squad around me. So
That's LA, right?
it's LA, baby.
Oh, we're best friends. And then like,
yeah. Ew, you didn't tag me in that Instagram post. What are we, it's like, oh my God, dude, like that, those are the things that will like really bug a person.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
If your friendship is solely based on Instagram tags or Twitter mentions or clout or riding off of somebody else's, fame, I mean, you need to really evaluate yourself and reassess your worth.
Absolutely. Realign your code of morality and like you want to live life and the type of person and legacy you want to leave behind.
Friends can bring so much to your life that is so much better and more important than clout and fame.
Like I look for friendships and relationships that will feed my soul, and that's one of the things that was part of that, 2020, just New Year's resolution, was just to very much focus on the people that matter and the people that, show love to you and care about you. And, just try and separate yourself from the other negativities, and oh man, it's been just like a weight off my shoulders. It's just been so nice to be able to do that.
I really like the record Somewhere.
I love this song. It's such a cool, we did it. This was actually the second session I had with Atlantic. It was the second session. When did we record this? In like October, maybe?
Oh, wow.
October, we recorded this song. And we wanted to make a record about a girl that has aspects of each part of the world. And so it's like, and when I hold her, I've got the whole world in my hands. So it's like a basis off the, the got the whole world in his hands, I don't even remember the song.
Got the whole world in my hands.
Yes. So we wanted to do like a fun play on that. And it came out great. I cannot wait to do this one live because there's so many just big crowd screaming moments. So, it'll be nice because I won't have to sing the song. I'll just put the mic out to everybody so they can sing it for me.
So you're singing on all these other records. Obviously, you're planning on releasing more EPs. That's going to be your strategy?
Yeah, more EPs very soon. My biggest thing that I've, very much been adamant about, just even talking with the label and everything, is just keeping the momentum going. It's been a long time since I released music, and, how we released music before was just always giving them something, and I'm surprised that my fans haven't burnt down my house yet because I've just been making them wait for all this music. And I had a song last year. It was called Casamigos, and I did it like one time at this Kiss, like the iHeart Kiss event in Cincinnati, and they still, every time I'll be like, oh yeah, drop in the Honeydew EP, they'll be like, where's Casamigos? And it's like, that was over a year ago. It's like, God. So they're ready for the music.
So why wouldn't you release that? What stopped you?
I didn't want to put something out just to put it out.
I understand that.
You know,
But people wanted it.
I know. Yeah, I know. Trust me. It's been like, I do these things called Casa de Honeydew on the weekends. And so I get to talk to fans like in a huge Zoom call, right?
Cool.
So it's like there's 1,000 of them in there, and at least 5 times on the whole, you know, on the they'll be, where's Casamigos? Where's this, that, or the other song? I'm like, good Lord, I have other music too. Like there's other stuff that, you know, nobody's heard that's like the best music I've ever made in my life.
Is this EP Honeydew, does it consist of some of the best music you've ever made in your life?
I think so. Yeah. Now up to this point, 100%. But even then, it's exciting because in the vault we have more of those, and it's just like, oh, I can't wait to I would just release all of it right now. I might just tweet out my notes folder right now.
Is Honeydew a theme for future EPs? Will like the next one be Cantaloupe, or?
I've thought about that, like maybe trying to keep the fruit situation going, but I don't know. I feel like we'd be reaching a little bit, trying to force something that shouldn't be forced.
Harry Styles has the fruit thing going for him too, doesn't he?
Dude, I know, and I was like, I hope people don't think like I'm trying to rip Harry, you know, watermelon sugar high, you know, all that and everything, but it'll be fine.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're like Doja Cat
Harry
had
doesn't make a fuss about it, you know. Hopefully, he doesn't call me and
yeah.
You know.
That would be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Oh God, yeah.
If Harry Styles called you and said, "Lay off the fruit, dude," it's my thing.
Yeah, I'll be like, brother, that is okay. Absolutely, 100%.
But fruit is a very popular thing. Like Doja Cat had Juicy. That whole music video was full of fruit. And then Miley Cyrus had that. She actually used the cantaloupe. You remember she was kind of like using the cantaloupe as a female reproductive organ.
Yeah. Oh yes, I do. Yeah, I know that video.
Yeah,
that was a vibe. That was a vibe for sure. Fruit is alive and well in the industry right now. It seems a lot more prevalent than I was even really thinking it was. But yeah.
Will you request a piece of all the Honeydew sold post the release of this EP? Clearly, they will be a spike.
It's free promotion for any honeydew growers out there. You know, I would love a nice little percentage.
I mean, at least a free honeydew or two, because I'm sure you still got to pay for the honeydew.
Free honeydews, yeah, just for, you know, a lifetime supply of free honeydews. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
So, do you have an idea for the themes of these chapters, these EPs that you're looking to pull out? Or
definitely the second one, I literally thought about this the other day because I've been trying to figure out a name. This isn't the name, but this is the idea. I was thinking like the Journey's Journals.
Ooh.
So like that idea, that's not the name, but something in that world, you know, because a lot of things, you know, just a lot of growth happened over the time that I wasn't releasing music, you know. And I want to be so honest with my fans and really let them in. I tweeted out not too long ago. I was like, I feel like I'm not that I'm not honest, but I want to like just let them in more, you know, and just really let that vulnerability be just out there, you know, just be vulnerable with them because they're vulnerable with me, you know, they like even in DMs, you know, DM and just ask for help with whatever it is. And, you know, so I feel like I owe it to them just to open up a bit more, you know.
It is scary to be honest like that. So how do you do it? Like, do you show it in your songs? Do you show it in your tweets?
Yeah, it starts with the music. You know, it starts with the music for me. And this project, Honeydew, and also all the music that we'll be releasing later, it is very honest. It's very honest, and when I wrote it, it was exactly what I was feeling and what I was going through. So one, each song's kind of just like a written letter to the fans and just to the world, really, to be like, this is where my head's at. This is what's going on. Like, for example, I recorded a song like when quarantine really first started, and I wrote this record and just took like a screen recording and put it on Twitter. And it was just about depression and like mental health and just how very real it is. It's a very real thing. And I'd never really let anybody know that part of my life. I always try and be EBEN, and just be, always like have a smile on my face and everything. But at the same time, that's very hard if you're feeling just low.
Yeah.
It's really hard to put that on. And I realize it's like, I don't need to put on a face, I just need to be completely honest and just myself. And so that's what all these records that are going to be released, including what's out now, Honeydew, they're all just little letters of honesty. And, I hope that the fans can see that and kind of get a glimpse into where my head's at.
Beautiful human, do you have stuff lying around your house that needs to be sold? I did. Me and my mom had been selling a ton of stuff on my favorite selling app, Macari. I'm obsessed. My mom back in the day kind of was a hoarder. She ended up preserving 5 boxes of super rare Pokemon cards, still in the factory seals, still with the price tag. I'm selling them right now on Macari. I'm also selling my Xbox One, an apothecary jar that I bought and never used. I'm also selling 2 of these dog beds that I got for my dog, but he didn't like. I love Macari. There's thousands of people right now buying and selling things. So if you want to get rid of stuff in your house and you want to do it super safe, super efficient, and super easily, use Macari. It is the selling app. And a lot of people agree. There's over 600,000 reviews in the App Store, and their average rating is 4.8 stars. So why not give it a try? It really couldn't be simpler. You take a photo of the thing you want to sell, you post it up on Macari with some information. When somebody wants it, they'll connect you with that person. They'll make an offer. If you accept their offer, you get a shipping label, you print it out, stick it on the box, give it to the mail guy, and then poof, no meetups, no hassle. It really is the easiest way to sell stuff. For a while, I knew I had a ton of crap in my house, but I thought it'd be hard to sell things. Like, it'd be just hard work. And it would be a lot of unneeded work. But with Macari, that is not the case. And it's actually a lot of fun to use, and I love getting notifications from them. And I love like having low-key negotiations with people over the app. It's great. Use Macari. I'm telling you, it is legit. Macari, the selling app, Mercari. Search Macari in the App Store. It is worth it. You can buy and sell almost anything with Macari.
Do you still agree, after listening to everything you've been saying, do you still agree with the lyrics of Lambo?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
In a sense, I was in a very different place when I dropped Lambo. I was, independent artist, had just started, really going with the Why Don't We Boys and everything. And I was in a place where it's like, yeah, I would rather cry I would rather deal with my problems in a huge ass mansion. As I, grew up a little bit and, I just realized that life is not about the physical things and, money and all that. I mean, yes, it's great to like be in a place to not worry about paying rent or this, that, or the other, or to, help other people out when they're in need. But life is not, you will not find happiness in money. Mm-hmm. And I really thought that you could, because to me, as, every month struggling, barely paying rent, it's like, God, life would be much easier, like if I had money. And then, I came into a position where I was comfortable, and it in a way, not like it made me feel worse, but it was like a real eye-opening thing of like, wow, okay, so it's true. Like, it's true. Money can't buy you happiness.
Well, that's it. It's a different set of struggles. Like,
exactly.
Like, nobody's saying you didn't struggle before or you're not struggling now. It's just, it just shifts, Exactly. The problem area before was you can't pay your rent. It's hard to go out and have a time with your friends. It's hard to pay for your cell phone bill. Now that all of those things are taken care of, they just manifest themselves in different areas of
In
your life.
different ways, yeah. And it's like in ways that you would never even think would,
Dude, it could be
would
anything.
happen, because before you wouldn't be focused on that. And then it's like you're not focused on something else. So then, like you just said, yeah, it switches and goes to a whole other thing. And it was it was a humbling thing. I'm very thankful that, I've been able to learn that lesson, and really see what brings you happiness in life, like what truly makes you happy.
So what makes you happy?
Being able to release the music that I love, being able to be in a position to go home and see my parents, and I'm flying my little brother out for his birthday in July. And just those, that's why I went home a lot, because I really wanted to. I spent a lot of time in the woods. Like that's where I grew up, like bonfires and hiking and camping. And that's where I just went home and got grounded again, found happiness in the little things, not whether if we're going to go out, do we have a table at a club?
Yeah.
It's my focus has changed dramatically, and I'm a much happier individual, and writing's become a lot easier too, just because I'm being honest with myself. So now I can be honest with everyone else.
Totally.
If you're lying to yourself, you can't be real with everyone.
And going home, you're reminded of who you are. You really do lose yourself here.
Exactly. You can. It's very easy. And I started to see that. And that's why I was like, okay, enough's enough. I need to get my together and, just get my mental back, find happiness again. Not in worldly possessions, but in, emotional relationships with your friends and family, and just the people that you keep around you. Cause, it's you are affected by the people that you hang out with. So if you hang out with the wrong people, you're not going to be the person that you should be. But if you hang out with the right individuals, the best parts of you will come out.
You are the company you keep.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the saying, so I explained it way longer.
No, but it's true. You need to break it down because it needs to be something that's understood. Like who you have around you is who you become, and they allow you to you tap into things that you might have within your own self that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Great friendships and great relationships as anybody have the ability to bring out the best sides in you. And I feel like I'm very lucky that I've had amazing friends that, I didn't need Instagram tags or Twitter posts, but being around them made me discover things within myself and find confidence and within myself and do things differently in my own life just because you're around these people. And, it's mutual. So,
Well, I think kind of back, you were talking about you don't need the clout. I think, money and fame and followers, people think that'll make them happy, but it doesn't. But you also don't really realize it doesn't until you have it.
Yeah. And then once you get it, you realize that it's not bringing you happiness. It's something that you just feel like you need to keep feeding the beast of, the clout beast, if you will.
It's a short high. Once you get, you get 100,000 likes, you get a certain amount of likes. It's like, all right, great. That was, 12 hours of fun. What's next?
Yeah. And then the next post. And then if you don't reach that 100,000 and don't go over it, you're like, oh my God. Oh God. I'm a loser. Oh God. People don't like me, and you just get in your head. And when it doesn't even need to be like that.
It's hard for it not to be. Social media is rough.
Yeah. And that's why I left LA for I went home 4 times in the past 2 months. So yeah, plus there was just other family stuff going on, so I just needed to be home for certain things. But yeah, now I'm in a very good mental place, and I haven't felt like this in a while, and it's just really, it is a breath of fresh air. And that's what Honeydew is. It is the beginning of, just getting back to EBEN in an honest EBEN so that, you know, I can just tell the world like where I'm at and how I'm feeling.
Yeah, and that's no matter where you're at, EBEN, right? It doesn't need to be happy EBEN. It can be sad EBEN.
Yeah, it can be any type of EBEN, but as long as I'm being honest with myself first, then I can be honest with everybody else.
Honeydew, listen to it. There's a link in the description below. It is worth your ear. There's
It is.
more EPs to follow.
So many more.
Are you ready? I was say, are you ready for your fans to like within a week from now be saying, when's the next one dropping?
Oh no, I'm very much prepared. Like we've started on the second project already for that reason, so that there's not a long gap between projects, so that they don't come and you know, wring my neck for some more music.
Well, take a bite out of Honeydew. Link in the description below.
I also saw that Corbin was an assistant on the sad song set.
Yeah.
Projector holder guy.
The projector holder guy. And then for Bad Drug, we had like a smoke machine with like dry ice, and Jonah pressed the button. So Jonah's the button presser guy, and Corbin is the projector holder guy. So they you know, they helped a lot with the, you know, the coming together of the whole project with those two very important jobs.
No, vital roles on set. Kudos.
Vital roles on set, and they did it for free too. So I was like, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Have you been working with them on other things, or are they just your assistants these days?
Well, you know, when they're not my assistants, you know, Jonah and I have a little thing that we're doing called Dak and Brody, which is it is a fun situation that we have going on with Dak and Brody.
It's like a YouTube Instagram series, right?
Yeah, YouTube Instagram series. We started it. We were just bored on tour. Like, it sounds ridiculous. We were bored on tour. I sound like an asshole.
No, but like in between.
In the green room chilling. And
there's a lot of time.
Yeah, there's a lot of in between time. So you're like, let's just do something fun, and literally all of it was just all improv. Like, it was just me, Jonah, Evan, and then my drummer Brandon, who he designed all the merch and everything. Crazy, like, musician, graphic designer. He's a wizard. But it was just us four, and we were just bored and just started creating it, and then it kind of like blew up. Like, it's a fun thing. We definitely like took a break, one just because of quarantine, because Jonah wasn't in town, and then, you know, there's just a lot more important things going on in the world right now, so we are just waiting for the appropriate time to like continue the Dak and Brody saga
to reemerge.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
looking forward to it. Hungry for that content.
The one other question I had is, you keep mentioning like performing live and touring. Are you worried about the future of that with everything that's going on?
Not really. It'll happen. You know, one thing that's giving me comfort is knowing that, like, I mean, you know, everybody can't tour. You know, like the big, you know, the Weeknd, Harry, like, nobody can tour right now. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. So it's, you know, in that aspect, it's kind of comforting knowing it's like, okay, you know, everybody, we're all in this together. Like, it sucks for everyone, you know, but the most important thing is safety. So it's like, you know, we're never going to try and, like, I would never try and push a tour out sooner than it should happen. You know, it's just, safety is the most important thing. But once it's ready to go, like, it's going to go. Because me and Brandon, we've already started working like on a show and whatnot, just to fill the time, because we have the time to do it. So might as well make something absolutely insane and incredible for like when we get to go out next, since we didn't get to do it this year.
Will there be?
I was supposed to go on my own, like my first like headlining tour this summer, but then, you know, the Rona popped in and was like, absolutely not. So, you know, I'm just waiting for the Koronski to scoot on out of here, and so we can get back on the road.
Will there be another EP before you perform live in front of people?
Yes, there will. 100%. I will not let it not happen.
Beautiful. Honeydew is for you. Link in the description below. Daniel, final thought?
No, like we always say, I just hope the next EP we can see in person in the studio.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, 100%. You guys should definitely come through and listen to. I have so much stuff.
We're here. I mean, I think
I'll
I
just
have the
send it.
antibodies. I'll
I'll
know
just
soon.
send it to you. You have the antibodies?
I'll know soon. I'm getting the test next week.
Where do you go to get? Because I want to go do it too.
My doctor.
Okay, well that makes sense. That'll do it. Okay. I'll go to a doctor then. Good to know.
Send us
Damn
years.
God.
Evan, we appreciate you very much.
Thank you guys so much. This was so awesome. Thank you for always supporting me and showing love and
Hey, I appreciate you very much, dude. It was really good to see your face.
hey, it's great to see you guys too. Thank you for having me on. It really, really means a lot.
Well, love and appreciate you. We're always here, so come back for the next one. Hopefully it will be in person. Maybe.
Yes, absolutely. Once this Rona's kicked out of this situation. Bye.
Yeah. All right.
Later, guys. Thank you
Later.
so much.
Yeah.
Hey, beautiful human, thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot, so we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.